Hey everybody, back again, another video here. This one's gonna be a little different because I'm not actually gonna be playing this video because I wanted to highlight the medical side of these targets. These targets are amazing targets. Bone structure, internal organs, blood, all that inside the organs, so you get an idea of what the internal damage is. But I'm highlighting this exact point at the 700 yards target. This is 556 from American Outlaw. Great channel, great content. Now, here is the thing. This projectile went in right around the pec, through the back, and strikes the shoulder blade of the target. You can see there's the projectile. There's a ton of damage to the shoulder blade. And they highlight, yes, the shoulder blade is destroyed. But the thing is it's not just that it shatters that there's a problem. Our muscles are under constant tension. Every muscle, you might have a bone and then two muscles connect to the bone on either side. Both muscles will pull and push in conjunction. But if that bone is split or the connection is broken, the muscle recoils. It's like a spring under tension. I've got some elastic band. This is a muscle. Here it is. It stretches to here. This is its max stretch. This is its resting max stretch. Muscles are in that mid range at all times. Now, say the bone snaps. Oh, well, the muscle just recoiled over to that side. It's the same thing. You have your muscle and it splits or tears in the middle. The muscle splits and separates. Now, why am I highlighting this? Because the actual shoulder blade itself, I'm going to pull up an image here. This is the rotator cuff. This is right here. But as you can see, here's the shoulder blade. This is the shoulder blade right here. All this muscle comes down to here, latches on. You've got muscle that goes over the top, latches on. That bone fractures anywhere in here. This muscle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself bigger. Let's see. Make myself bigger here so I can point at some stuff. Okay, so what we have here, this bone breaks. If it breaks here, all this portion of bone is going to get pulled towards this shoulder because all this muscle right here, all this muscle is going to squeeze together. So that is going to hurt. It's going to twist. It's going to tear. Here is the front portion of it. Look right up here. All these tendons and ligaments, they are under tension. There is constant tension on it. The bone breaks down here. It's going to twist this entire section either way. It's going to contort that bone in your body. It's not going to break the skin. It may, depending on how sharp the bone break is. So there is tension. You move your arm, you go, oh, like this. That motion right there. Even bringing your arm down, you're using the muscle under your arm. And this muscle that comes down and all the way back, that connects directly to your shoulder blade. Look, right here. Here's what I'm talking about. This sparatus, or sparatus, Serratus anterior. That is the muscle under the arm. That's right here. That's connected directly to your bones. Look. Look at this. Right here. You shatter this bone. You shatter this bone in any way. You shatter the bone in any way. You have all these muscles that are under tension. All these muscles that are under tension. This bone breaks. It's going to go this way. It's going to go this way. It's going to spin. It's going to rotate. Right here where my mouse is, that bullet, that's pretty much where the bullet came through. All of this was shattered. So you have 5, 6 parts of this bone just exploding in all different directions because it's under tension. Now, because it doesn't have anything down here holding it, it's going to shoot up as well. Because this right here, your levator scapulae, it's going to pull this shoulder blade muscle up into your neck, back of your neck. It's going to come right up in here. Your arm is going to tweak back. Your shoulder blade's going to drop. You're going to basically be looking like this because all of that is exploded material. You're done. You're out of the game. Here's another one. Rhomboid major, rhomboid minor. That's your muscle tissue up here. This bone shatters. You've got muscle pulling it this way, muscle pulling it this way, muscle pulling it this way, muscle pulling it this way. You get shot, and the shoulder blade is fractured or broken. You're out of the game. That arm is done. You will not be able to rotate or move because all the muscle. If I'm doing this, you're thinking, oh well, you're just using this muscle. No, I'm using 20 different muscles just to bring my arm up. It's all interconnected. You break one point, and you may not be able to move it. You break this bone, you lose all of this muscle right here, everything here. You break this bone, all this muscle is gone. Just like when you break your actual collarbone, when you break your collarbone right here, that collarbone, it's broken. You have a hard time lifting. You have a hard time moving your arm out. You have a hard time moving your hand out like this. It wrecks you. Look at the damage here. Look at the damage here. This bottom portion is no longer connected to the top portion. So all of this bone here is connected only in one direction, that way. So this is going to shoot up and over. It's going to land right around here. This muscle, because it's no longer connected down here, is going to shoot up that way. This whole section here, which is actually split right here along this line. So you're going to have this portion here shooting down and under, which it'll end up right around over here. This portion here, it'll go, because it's only connected here and here, it will be slung downward to about this position, because it shortest point, this muscle here will go under tension, this muscle here will go under tension, but because it is being tensioned this way under the arm, it will bring this point down. Everything's getting tore up. Everything. These bone and gelatin targets with internal organs, they do tell a lot about what happens to the interior, organs. It tells you a lot of what damage a firearm will do to bone. But what it cannot tell you is what's going to happen to your muscle structure. Your muscle structure, it is a wild, wild thing. I mean, I've been in the medical field for 8 years now, and like this is really wild, because I see all these different, gelatin dummy tests, and you can do the head, and that's fine because it's like, yeah, you see the bone breaking, the brain matters, and the eyes and the mouth and the damages. You see the bull heads, the cow heads, the bear heads. You see all those things, and then you get to the torso tests. In the torso tests, yes, they have, I'd say 80% of it is factual, damages, but what they cannot show without these things costing $5,000-$10,000 is what the muscles do. The muscles, without muscles, you're just Gumby. You're just a sloppy mess on the ground. You're a meat bag with bones. That's it. But with muscles, everything is in its place. I mean, if I hold up my arm, and you shoot through this muscle gets destroyed, this arm drops. We saw that with the whole, issue. Guy got hit in the forearm, everything dropped because of all the damage. That's how this goes. You hit a muscle, the muscle tears, the muscle destroys. You see those guys that do the lifting, and then the muscle shoots up into the arm because it tore, and then they can't lift their arms. Exact same thing. The muscle retracts. It's elastic. Without it being under that tension, it reverts back to its floppy noodle. It goes back to being, floppy. If you don't have any connections, you're toast. I just wanted to highlight this because these targets are great. You see the damage, but you only see what's the major stuff. You don't see the actual outcome. You can survive this. A shot through the lung, one single shot through the lung. Yeah, that lung is toast. It may be completely obliterated. It may just be a clean pass through and then hit the bone. You could survive it. But the extra damage to all the muscle here, this is just shredded. This is going to be years of work just to get back to maybe 60 or 70% use. This is more devastating than the actual bullet wound. Because the bullet wound, you can have surgery and fix the lung. You can have surgery and remove a portion of the lung. You can have skin stitched together. You can have muscles fixed. But getting these bones back into the right place after they have exploded and retracted to different parts of the body, there's tearing and ripping everywhere. And then they have to put this stuff back together, pin it together with plates, and get it back into the right spot. And then you're working on it, you're strengthening it, you have to wait for these fractures to mend. You have to wait for the muscle to rebuild. You have to wait for the tendons and connective tissue to be fixed. A broken collarbone takes like a year to heal. This is going to take years. You're out of the game. You get shot in the right arm and you're right-handed. This right here, you are useless from the shoulder to elbow. It's toast. You're not doing this. You're not throwing a ball. You are writing your name, typing on a computer, and playing on your phone. That's it. You're not shouldering nothing. You're not throwing nothing. You're not even picking up a frying pan to move it, because it's going to cause strain for at least this first 6 months. Once you get it working, then yeah, you're going to be working up to 5 pound, 10 pound, 20 pound weights. Until then, you're fucked. So, just wanted to throw this one in here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. But go hit up the American Outlaw, check out their channel. I know I'm not subscribed, but I've got so many subscriptions to everything. I'm actually cutting out some videos that people haven't posted in like 6-7 months, so I'm removing them from my subs. Because if you're not making content, then I'm not following you. I can only watch the same 20 movies that you've made so many times before it's like, no need anymore. So, see you guys later.